Hello chat, how we doing? Hope everyone is well out there, wherever you are in the world. Another patch. Another big, tasty patch, full of storyline that I have not touched at all. So this will be a heavy spoiler... It's going to be a heavy spoiler-filled... No, it's going to be a heavy spoiler-filled stream. I have no idea what will happen. As a forewarning, if you have not caught up to 5.5 storyline, or maybe you don't want to see 5.5 storyline, do not watch this stream. I will only say that a couple of times. I've put spoiler tags in all of the tweets and all of the things I've posted, and I've also put that in the title. If people cannot read, that is not my fault. Simply, when it comes down to it. If people come in to the chat and they complain that it's spoilers, ban them. Thank you. There will be no middle ground. I'm not getting accused of it this time. So, yes. Anyway, 5.4. My goodness, what a long time ago that was. I'm trying to remember what happened. We had Luna Bahamut introduced, didn't we? We had Van Daniel. We had all manner of things. And last time, previously, on Final Fantasy XIV, the Scions had discovered a way of untempering. Untempering. Hey, Father Fenway. And I'm sure we'll probably get to see some of that anyway, but this is our first look then at the storyline. I hope everyone is prepared for that. I'll say it once more. This is spoiler-filled. Do not watch this stream if you don't want to be spoiled of 5.5. I've rattled on enough about that. I cannot be bothered to say it anymore. So welcome to the game. How are we all doing? As you can see, I'm sporting the new hairstyle from the raid, or one of the two new hairstyles. And, yes, got like a bit of a pink twist. I thought it'd be interesting because I've never really had a pink sort of glamour before. Might as well go for it. I'm sure it'll annoy some people, which is always good. And I think she looks pretty cute. Pretty cute. This hairstyle cost an absolute fortune. Hey, Chili. Great timing. We're just starting up. Welcome, Raiders. If you're not familiar with me, I'm a Final Fantasy XIV YouTuber sometimes, and sometimes I stream on Twitch. Today is our first look at 5.5's MSQ. Thank you for shouting out, Chili. I will have terrible voice acting, no doubt. That see how my throat goes. Hopefully Beck Lug's not in the storyline. And yes, Moogle Go Round Radio. Nice. Nice. I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually use that account to type in chat before. That's we haven't got that one VIP'd. We should have that one VIP'd. I should VIP Paul as well, actually, whilst I remember. I will make a note of that, actually. I will physically, I've got a pen here, I will physically remember. VIP MGR plus Paul later. Alright. There we go. I'd forget my head if it wasn't connected. But there we go. If you want to see some real content, go and check out Chili and Paul at Moogle Go Round Radio. Every second Thursday, fantastic podcast, NSFW content, and that is just a good laugh, really. Right then, shall we begin? Where was I? Right, so 5.4, last time we had all manner of weird things happening. I'm looking forward to seeing some lunar primals, I don't know about you. So without further ado, let's crack on with this then. I'm so excited, I really am. I've waited the entire day for this. An entire day. I've been focusing on other things. So Alphino and Alisei are here. Unto the breach. Alisei is waiting patiently for the return of certain scions, not least of all you. Lightheart Gaming 89, hi. Cool, I'm glad you can catch the stream. I'm just going to read a few things out before I get stuck in. You'll be taking small breaks to cool... Oh, I thought it said cool dinner. That's weird. Cook dinner and watch your stream. Thank you very much. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Nice big chunky chili raid. Thank you so much. Once again. Well, Moogle Go Round raid. Don't know why I said chili raid. There. Good news, Meoni. Thancred and Urianger have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on their way back here even as we speak. Still, we haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance. I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. Get it? Because they're towers? They're like lighthouses? Never mind. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? And I say, don't go Canadian on me, please. Ah, welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is, and we've got auto skip text thingy mode on. Let's not have that. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alice, Graha, and Meoni, but I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we're proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As is will... Oh, yeah, brains, please, activate. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help notice that you are one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Like he's like some kind of, I don't know, some keys or something. Urianger is keys now, that is canon. He's lost down someone's sofa. Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. And I did try, repeatedly, but no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to appraise Raban and the others on how the land lies in Garlemald. Then mayhap you would do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lise said. Worse, in fact. Devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the third, however, were notable by their absence. I thought that was like Ild. It's the third. My brain's not working properly. Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel? Perhaps, or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather, transform it. Transform it? Exactly. Transform it? Into what? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with a manipulation of ether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Ooh, is it going to be like Azizlar? Are they making a big floaty platform? Ooh, hype. That's my prediction. Yet as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Odd. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Raban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter. As I promised Kryl, we need not all attend. Very well. I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we'll have to speak with Urianger before the meeting. Nod. Collectively. Oh dear. He's still finishing the first sentence to the people outside. Absolutely. Oh, hey, Stola. How are we doing? If you are curious to know what I will be doing in your absence, let us speak of it another time. At present, Kryl and I have no more than a hypothesis. A hypothesis. That's what I'm going to say. Right, we're going to go to Alamigo. Meet Amigo in Alamigo. Let's go. Thanks for getting 16-bit Dad on Team Whiskers. I'm proud of him. For sure. He's a valued member of our established team. Do you want to see some cute mounts? There you go. There's an antelope doe. Look, he goes boingy boingy. Boingy 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 boingy. And he flies, look. Boingy 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 flight. Boingy 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 boingy. But he boings even in the air. It's perfect. Shame about the mount music though. Let's be perfectly honest. Right then. That is so derpy. Yeah. It's cute though, isn't it? He's a cute boy. Hello. Welcome to the stream. That's how I'm imagining he sounds. Probably would. Tips for patch days. If you can't click on somebody, hold X. You can click through them. Apart from chocobos. Damn. You hope to be on the team someday? I would have to have a look. I know not of your presence at this moment. And as far as I know, people have recommended as many as they wanted to recommend so far, but we'll see. We shall see. Urianger. Ah, yes, he's back. My friends, much and more I have heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. Oh, God. Here we go again. As are we to see you safely returned from your mission, Urianger. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Oh, God. I hate when they do like the whole question mark, because this could be a male character, a female character, a monster. It could be Beck Lug. Well, if it isn't Alphanor and his merry band. Who's this? Oh, no, that's close enough. Although he's more like, I don't know, drawn than that. Arenveld, whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And all's to say this isn't part of it. But enough of that. It's good to see you looking so, well, similar. I thought you'd have grown a bit taller after the whole year in another world. Apparently not. That's his voice. Well, I am sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elezen are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great Auroch, such as yourself, I think that's a typo, will crane your neck to meet my eye. Aye, 'twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Moonbreeder towered over me nonetheless. Oh, don't bring up Moonbreeder. I miss her. Kinda. Sort of. Slightly. Arenveld brings out the best in Alphino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. Nod. Hey, Zamoka. How we doing? So what exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dolo mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? I'll give you that impression. Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? That's his voice. That's literally how he talks. He's from the same place as Fordola. He has to speak like that. If Fordola is going with him, that must mean... Shakes head. My apologies. As Arenveld rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it, and this unnerving silence without music is annoying our narrator. Odd. You're going to try and not get spoiled with a new story, so you'll look. Clues in the title.
Ere we begin,
Ooh,
I'd
voice
like
acting.
To offer my gratitude to Masters
God.
Thancred and Urianger. Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
And we should put this on auto. There we go. Okay, the auto thing is taking the piss. We don't need that long. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna press the button now.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrix. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoid's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this fat Daniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Raban wants to see his worm. You heard it here first.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
How many voice actors have they had for that character? Jeez.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar, and that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
There she is.
What?
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
Interesting. Very interesting. Thank you so much for the continuation 9-month sub there. Tier 3, Para. I just didn't want to interrupt the storyline there. I'm sure you can appreciate that. Thank you so much for your continued support. I hope you're well. One thing is certain, though. I need to actually, sort this out a little bit. That's better. Right then. Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore. It tracks per week at the moment.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamolva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend.
We both know Commander Aldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
The fist bump. When do we get to fist bump? I want a fist bump.
Finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Have you?
I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Please don't kill off Arenveld. I mean, it's likely, but please don't. He's kind of cool. Or Fordola, actually. I quite like Fordola. Used to hate her. Now I like her. It's weird.
Means a lot, you know. You coming with me?
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
Thanks for the follow, Tusdarrell.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light or Alfino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime.
That's good.
No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
There's a lot of weird aerial close-ups there. That was a bit odd. Not sure why they was the same. I don't know.
He does not want for conviction. That much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Ooh.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru.
I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian. And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
We're going to Ishgard, boys.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Oh, isn't that big airship thing with the skis on it? Okay, Laura.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
Thanks for
While
watching.
you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Interesting. After Luna Bahamut it is, then. Oh. It's interesting. What do you have to say, Alphino? Here be dragons. Alphino is keen to track down Estinian. So, Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there is no time to lose. Well, let's go then. If you can work your way through the mounds of people. Oh dear. To Querthus. Lovely. Lots of lovely glamoured people around. How are we all today? We all enjoying the storyline? I know a bunch of you have already finished it, so thank you for your viewership. All present? Good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Well, since we're relatively new to the place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, the squares and markets and whatnot. You and Meoni can delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well. Let us convene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. He'll be under a rock somewhere. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel Manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation? Lucia may, well, have heard news about our friend's return. Ah, Lucia, nice. You're crafting? No one's forcing you to craft. If I was a dragoon, I'd probably be in a bar. Or I'd be on the floor of a dungeon somewhere tanking it. You know, that's usually their habitat, isn't it? Right. Itchy nose. Ah. Spent enough gil today, I need to craft. I don't want the mount. Which mount? Which mount? Oh, Lucia, jeez. Good evening to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Aymeric sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him. To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit? Well, we're looking for a big dragon, and Estinian was chasing it. I see. No, we were not aware that Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Aymeric, only to find him absent? In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. All right, Lucia. Nice to see you again. God knows how she's going to be taking this, being from Garlemald, right? Interesting. Yeah, the script mount, yeah. The dough. You made fresh chicken Kievs. Nice. Good job. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, doo, doo, doo. Doo, 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 doo. She can't find him.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence. Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Too long?
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino. Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
Oh, no.
I am not Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come when I should see this living
Oh, for
legend with my
goodness
own
sake.
eyes.
Really, Graha?
Would someone mind explaining what is going
I
on?
can't explain it.
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting.
Hmm.
Estinian! It's been too long.
This makes me not like Alice even more for some reason.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
At least someone's having a good time. You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
I have less interest in her than anyone else in the Scions, personally. Let's see. Well, you can't keep them all to yourself forever.
Keep him to my... You're joking, aren't you? I'd be glad if someone would take him off my hands.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Aziz La.
Aziz La? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Aziz La, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
Such a sad story.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azizlar together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
He said deck. Deck.
Be my guest.
D-E-C-K.
But confuse me with Alphino again, and I'll throw you overboard.
God, I'd like to see you try.
Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
Yep.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Alasay even more now. That's unfortunate. Favorite Scion? Do you really need to ask that? Oh, suddenly we're in Azizlar. No, we don't get a cutscene of the airship. It's fine. I'm just here all along. Oh, jeez. No, it's not Tataru. No. Oh. It has been quite some time since I last set foot in Azizlar, but I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit? No. Alas not, we had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Meoni is the person to ask. As far as I know, she's only been the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. Well, she's a dragon. The ... is weird. Yeah, she's a prisoner of the Allegan Empire. Bound with a big collar around her neck. Horrible. Ever since the end of the war with Mericidia, yes? To have been held captive for so long. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragonsong War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she had harbored thoughts of vengeance, and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her even now. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. I'll take the gold, thanks. Thank you. Give me that gill. Okay. Stinian is ready to lead the way to Tiamat. Tiamat awaits this way. Let's go. I've been hyping for this for so long. Been looking forward to seeing this. Whee! Might as well ride a dragon to say hello. Do 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 do. Oh wow, they're playing this music? That's quite surprising. Wait, where am I supposed to go? The designated location. I'm holding X and I don't see it. There we go. I found it. Oh, please be voice acted. Please. I want to hear that bellow. Yes. And in the common tongue,
my sire's mortal companion, what bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
well, you see there was this dragon, and it's pretending to be your consort. It's from the moon, presumably.
That my sins should be repeated. I sense not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called him forth, I know none save the dragons of Mericidia, our children.
Well, that's problematic.
The Icon claimed their souls when first he manifested, and robbed of their will they became tools for the Allagan's dark designs.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of this Ascian. There can be no other explanation. Accursed Ascians, vile minions of darkness. Again you would profane the memory of my beloved, and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity? Are there no depths to which you will not stoop?
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
What would thou have from me, slayer of dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Oh, she pissed.
Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire, but words shall have to suffice. Recall, mortals, that it was I who did the first summon, my beloved, praying with all my being, bring him forth. You who contend with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Indeed. Ask the Dragon Slayer, and he will tell thee the power we of the First Brood wield. Were I to lose myself to the Icon's influence, all would pay the price. But it is of little matter, for even had I the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. This prison shall be my tomb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Speakest thou in earnest?
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
A chance to make amends, to lay Bahamut's memory to rest.
How are you going to break free?
When our own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted us sanctuary, and now your foes would bring about her destruction. This I cannot allow, for the debt I owe to Hydaelyn and to all who have suffered for my sins, I shall fight with you, children of man.
Well, time to break the chain somehow, right? Thank you so much for the bits, Father Fenway. Sorry, again, mid for all there. Wanted to wish everyone a happy patch day, he says, and Fran a happy birthday. Well, okay. Keep being awesome, Meoni, and enjoy 5.5. I'm loving it so far. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Right, let's continue. While Porxies have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, it would be hard-pressed to contain her. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as possible as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Allagans kept detailed records of all of their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. Well, we shall leave you to that. We'll leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles.
I know Alphino and Meoni are here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through?
Now, rest assured, Sir Estinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star, though know that it is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I to make the first step towards a brighter future, and now I would help Tiamat do the same.
I gather you are not as young as you look.
Mayhap when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea.
And be indebted to her for the leaves and the hot water? I think not.
I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in a sector known as the flagship. Ah, yes, we're familiar with it. The Etherochemical Research Facility in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this, a spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. Okay. Will that open the doors then? Which you just happen to be carrying around with you. I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambrose, Oriange, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories, but of traits of certain bloodlines, and so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as being of royal blood, and armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worth a shot, at least. Agreed. We'll take good care of it. To the flagship, then. Right. Makala says, am I the only one who assumes him giving us a blood sample is leading to trouble? No, I don't think so. It's just going to open doors for us, isn't it? Based on his royal blood, I believe. Alright, let's go to the flagship, which is the big bit in the middle, obviously. That's where you gain access to the Warring Triad as well. Interesting story so far. Enjoying it. Do 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 do. That's 5 family's fault. Let us split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. Right. Where's the node? Is it underneath? Mr. Node, where are you? Node? Mr. Node. Why am I losing? Oh, there it is. I'm a sausage. Oh god, a robot voice.
Friction between metallic compounds detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance.
Okay, that one. No, that's not the one we're after. Ah, dear. This one? Is it this one? There's a lot of people around it. Clamorous node.
Warning. Scheduled Dragon Restraint Maintenance due in minus 2020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release.
Oh dear. The maintenance was over 2,000 years previous. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! We're gonna get an enemy dragon up here. Is there a node down here? I'm not the only one flying around like buzzards. Seems a lot of people are also curious as to where it's located. Where is that node? That last node? Underneath? No, it's not going to be underneath. Am I completely... Oh, it's here. Wow, I'm amazing. I'm amazingly bad.
Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause, intruder interference. Advise deployment of automated command units. Proceed.
Okay, let's not touch that one again. That one's evil. That was an evil robot. Evil robot, no! Disastrous. I'm afraid Estinian and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? I did. A node that smelled like burned hair. What? Yes, a chirruping node which spontaneously warned me about neglecting the dragon restraints. The burn hair. Yes, that's the option I go for. I know the one, though I thought the stench more akin to a fire in the manure shed, but it seemed likelier to explode than grant our wish. Surely there must be another. Yes. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising, almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then, you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it's indeed the node of which Graha spoke. And it was chirruping, you say? Very well. Let us take a closer look. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. A chirruping node. Whatever next. Yes. Oh god, which was this one?
But do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanisms? Boop boop. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanisms may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family.
Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. Here, take this. Take my blood.
New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name.
My name is Estinian Wormblood. The cross arms. Very funny, but if that thing speaks my name, I shall see that it never speaks again. Use your own Meoni Whitetail, in case you've forgotten.
Plop. User name changed. Welcome, Meoni Whitetail. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. Error. Unable to disengage restraints of the specimen. Damn it. A system update is required.
A system update? What do you suppose it's asking of us? To smash it to pieces. Yes. You're going to smash it to bits. Now that I do understand. You can go first.
User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolete error of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship.
God, I nearly went a little bit Pokedex there. So, can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, only once it's received a requisite system update as far as I can tell. Till which time it'll float there, spewing nonsense.
User this is whatever detected. Initiating placation protocols. I'm here to help. Rest assured that I will go ahead and guide you through every step of the system update process.
How gratifying. But I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. This thing is annoying. This is like my iPhone every morning. It's like, would you like to update? No! Would you like to update now? No! Can I trust this computer? No! It will never update. I refuse. I refuse it! The restrainment node stands poised to lend a hand, figuratively speaking. Brilliant.
Guiding user to terminal. This way, please.
Well, okay. Where are we going? We're going towards the Warring Triad thingy. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Doopy doopy doopy. Oh, it's above here. Never mind. It's a whale. I see a whale. It's not a lunar whale, but it's a whale nonetheless. Where's the hole? That's what she said. Thank you so much for the follow, Itachu. Itachu. I choose you. Get that bloody whale out of my face. Doing a whale spin. What are you doing? Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing?
Why, software version 42.002, of course. Warning! Errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required for update. 5 years, 1 day.
Oh dear. That's not good. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead?
The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update, and my instructions may no longer be accurate, much like my speech protocols.
Well, can't imagine it will have changed all that much. As long as we paid due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through.
Don't bother trying to explain. Just tell me if we've made any progress.
I would say so, yes. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via link pearl once I am ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have use for it. Rest assured, I will be certain to return it to Grahatir once this is over. Sorry about that.
Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. But before we go any further, there is something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Elegant Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Ascians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Ascians touch turns to ash, and thus have you made it your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. And so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Fandaniel? Will you try and reach out to him, too?
Certainly after I wipe the smile off his face. Sure. I'm going to beat him to a pulp.
I'd rather put my lance through his heart and be done with it. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be but the faintest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rue your benevolence.
You think us unwise for viewing the world thus?
Nay, far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship, only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. So save your mercy for those who deserve it.
Understood. We shall.
Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphino has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others.
Let's go. Let's do this. Alright then. Nice, nice, nice. Right. It's taking a while to unleash the Tiamats, isn't it? Lots of storyline. Bit long-winded, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. I've been looking forward to this ever since we laid eyes on Tiamat. It was years ago, personally. You know a zone is big when it looks like you're not actually flying that fast across it, but, you know, in reality you're going quite fast. It's crazy, isn't it? Azazlar is enormous. I've been here quite a lot recently, farming the tomes as well, the memories rather, as you might expect. For the resistance weapon. Right. Estinian told me all is well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alphino's absence that he's needed elsewhere. Yes, he's going to flick a switch for us, in theory. Well, that all sounds rather frustrating. You got there in the end, while you were taking off... where you were off talking to Nodes. Grahar and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. Thank you so much for that follow, by the way, Lone Wolf. Our readings confirm that her ethereal balance leans strongly towards the umbral, as was the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of ether with which we must contend. Multiple applications of a treatment will inevitably be required if we were to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. Meaning, I'll need all the ether I can get. Thank you in advance. Although this endeavour will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely that Tiamat shows no signs of a fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that suffered by the kobolds.
Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have made a difference?
Now that you mention it, it very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk, it's time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alphino to disengage the restraints, ethereal dampeners. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Oh, here he is, Pig Boy. Come on, Pig Boy, you can do it. I have faith. Got all the faith in the world in the piggies. Oh, okay. Bit of Tiamat again.
Ah, such warmth. The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with the men of Alec. Wherefore do such baleful memories Return to me now.
Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery. Meoni, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you of times past. Okay. Tell me about the Ascians and Bahamut.
Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Mericidia could have lasted for eternity. But alas, it was not to be. The Ascians saw to that. In all creation, I know of none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alag first came unto Mericidia, unto our home. Oh dear, choked a little bit there. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would become known as Mericidia by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees, surrounded by nature's bounty. Bahamut and I found a place to raise our young.
Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of Ashalian scholar Rurusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the Second Astral Era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear that tale from Tiamat herself. Again, Angelo.
When the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind, and as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared on the horizon, bearing ever more of their brethren who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long, man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony, too, were fated to end. For the men of Alag slew my beloved and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Ascians. The rest thou knowest only too well.
But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Ascians together. And you and your beloved will have justice.
Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If a treatment fails, run.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear, when this is over... Keep going, Alice. The magic is working. While I knew this wasn't going to be easy, no patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close, I can feel it. And while I've only got a few more drops of ether left to give, with yours and Grahar's, this will work. And I believe I speak for both of us when I say that you may take as much as you require. Careful, I might hold you to that. All right, here I go. Go, Angelo! Woo! Somebody ban bot in chat, please. Thank you.
No. I'm almost there. This is it, Angelo.
Yes, I feel it. The icon's grip groweth weak.
Did it work?
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Oh, here it goes.
Answer me this, child of man. Can my kindred be saved in like manner?
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
My children. Should you hearken unto my call, we shall fly together once more. But should you not, I shall grant you peace. Better to die than live as a tool of evil. You too would wish this, I know. and I shall do as I must.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
Thou hast my gratitude, little one.
Alphino's ready. It's time.
Let's do this. Release the train.
Let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Hopefully. Otherwise it's going to suck. Oh, here we go. I've been waiting for this for so long. It's happening. Be free, my dragon queen. Be free. Nice.
Bahamut, my beloved. For vengeance and atonement, I rise.
Wow.
By the gods!
She big.
Urionje, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way.
Uh-oh, what's happened?
It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan.
Of course he has. Of course.
He flies for the largest Amalja settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Oh god. That's not good.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way. Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Oh, okay. I thought he was just going to fly there, like, by jumping. That makes more sense. That's badass. Yeah, I thought he was just Superman flying. It's like, Estinian away! With his, like, dragoon lance in front of him like Superman. Estinian away. I know they like Estinian, but jeez. Well, I'm sure you're desperate to join Estinian and Tiamat in battle. It would be wiser to gather the full strength of the Scions first. The foe we face demands no less. I'll take the gold, please. As usual. The Flames of War. With Luna Bahamut bound for Pagalthan, Grantier is determined to call upon the aid of your fellow Scions. Sausage. Well, not their sausage, but you know what I mean. I have already sent words to the others, where to rendezvous in Uldar, the Hall of Flames. Let us collect Alphino and be on our way. Collect Alphino? That's like picking up the, you know, the sword on the floor or something, or picking up the child. You know, let's pick up Alphino and let's collect him from a creche. Oh dear. Still treated like a tool, even now. Even by Grahatier. Ah dear, how far we have come yet. Oh, little we have expanded our horizons. Clark Estinian Kent. I completely agree, Father Fenway. That's just the only thing that he would need now is just some peace knees or whatever, those spectacles. It's like, oh, he's a completely different guy. Oh, we're actually in the Hall of the Flames. That's why I saw a load of people earlier today here. Interesting. And oh, it's not voice acted, okay. Now, I know some of you could do with a rest, but I'm sorry to say that Telophoroi have other plans. Pagelfarn is already under siege. That was a very unnerving zoom into Alphino's face. Happily, the Immortal Flames arrived just in time to help join a defensive effort with Marshal Tarupen at their head. Well now, given the failure of peace negotiations, I was uncertain how the Sultanate would respond. It is good to hear that the Uldar has not abandoned the Amaljar. Abandoned them? Did we not profess to be their friends? I'm hoping that's Raban. Oh, it's not Raban. Shit. That can't be Nanamo's voice now. Your Grace. Marshal Terrapin. No, we can't do that voice. We can't do it. Marshal Terrapin had made provisions for such an exigency. Why can't I say that word? And was ready to depart at the moment's notice. All that was required was the agreement of the syndicate, each of whom voted in favor of intervention. Thank you for the follows, guys. Dark Knight Sephiroth and Father Fenway for the bitties there. Nor is Uldar alone in its resolve. The other alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Pagelfarn. Thank you so much for the bitties. You're catching up to where I am in the story. As much as I hate, I'm going to have to pop out. Enjoy the story and have a great rest of the stream. Thank you so much for the bits. Enjoy your night. Yet even with our combined strength, we shall be sorely tested. For we face not only the might of an Imperial Legion, but Luna Bahamut and his draconic horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured, but not all of the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite their proximity to Luna Bahamut, nothing of the Amaljar show any signs of tempering. Oh, none, sorry. Strange. What primal would turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Unless it is incapable of doing so. Primals are not wont to serve as master, Ascian or otherwise. It may well be that Luna Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from those we have previously encountered. If that were true, anyone could fight him, and Meoni and others like her wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Luna Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe, whom our soldiers will struggle to best through mere force of arms. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare rather better, assuming that is, you are ready to take to the field. An airship awaits to bear you to the front. Pray set forth as soon as you're able. I'm excited. I'm stumbling my words because I'm excited. This is fun. This is really, really exciting. I want to see this battleground. Oh yeah. I, meanwhile, shall continue to coordinate our forces. Till next we meet, may the 12 bless and keep you. It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of other responsibilities. Well, I for one am inclined to do as her grace requests. Lest we forget, Arenveld and Fordola are in Pagelfarn on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better their chances. Indeed. To the airship, then. Indeedy. Have I seen the gear that drops from this dungeon? Asked Maykala. Yes, Fran has some of it. It's very cool. It's kind of like Katana Revel, but not pixelated, and looks really good. I'm impressed. So, let us go to the Airship Landing and prepare ourselves for battle. Yes. I hope everyone's enjoying the stream. I know it's a little bit of a storyline stream. There's not much, you know, it's patch day. I've got to do the storyline at some point. Hopefully you appreciate seeing it on stream. I know that it's full of horrible voice acting, but if they're not going to do it, I will. Dear. It's good fun anyway, isn't it? It's good fun. Wilhelm, Helm, take me to the Airship Landing, please. Yes. Chop, chop. But yeah, the dungeon gear looks exceptional. I can't wait to maybe get some of it. I want to see what the healing stuff looks like, actually. Right then, on Wardo. Hey, Franny. How you doing? I see a Fran.
Greetings, we've been expecting you. But say the word and we shall depart for Pagelfun at once.
Pagelfun, now accessible. Doom, 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 doom. See, like, and then we can do it with Truss and completely ignore Fran. Right, we're going to do it with Fran. If you're curious as to what gear looks like, and I know Mega wants to come as well, I have not forgotten. Where's Fran? Fran, come over here, please. I need to look at your gear. Stream wants to see your gear. I'm the blue dot on your map, you know. The one that's been there since, like, A Realm Reborn. Right, let's have a look at your gear. So this is the chest piece, isn't it, for Dancerino? Okay, well, these aren't from the same set, the other bits. The chest piece then, look at this, right? Look how cool this is. Look how little pixelation there is on this. It's a little bit, right? Little bits. But in the right light, this is exceptional. I love the little tassely bits as well. It kind of look like braided hair, you know, just flowing from the gown. It kind of looks like an evil sort of wedding dress or something, doesn't it? It's really nice. But it does have the same sort of smell as the Katana Revel stuff, which is obvious, isn't it? It's that sort of tribal influence. So, yes. Your bed is calling you. Well, enjoy your sleep, Parabella. Thank you for coming over, and thank you for continuing to be a subscriber of our streamy. You spotted a friend. Yeah, I'll invite you, Reese. No problem. No problem, on. Yes. Which means, chat, we have a space. Does anybody want to join us? A DPS? Bear in mind I'll probably be doing this quite slowly. I want to look at some of the set pieces. This won't be like a rush run in the slightest. And I would respect the packs to be small so we have enough time to look at things, if possible. Me, I'm farming Pagelfin. Okay, cool. Don't expect a fast run, because like I say, I want to have a look at a few bits. Because I always end up rushing for a dungeon on patch day with pugs, and it's a nightmare. Ren, what was your character's name again? I'm sorry, I just can't remember anything. So, it was... I'm not even going to try and guess. I'm not going to insult you by guessing. I just can't remember. Kyle, that was it. Kyle. Kyle. I made you out of clay. I can't find you. Where BV? Ah, you're on another server. I have to press a button, don't I? Kyle Proctor. There we go. I press the button, and I press the invite button. Did that work? Yes, it did. Nice. Cool. Awesome sauce. That's us done. Let's go in there. Let's have some fun. That rhymed accidentally. We're not doing Explorer Mode Burn anymore, are we? We were doing that earlier for a what do you call it? Video, that was it. Cool. Oh, I've got to read this, sorry. Long have the sweeping plains of Pagelfun been home to nomadic Amalja. Though the herding of livestock keeps them constantly on the move, the permanent settlement of Zolmak forms a seat of power and center of their society. It is there that Telophoroi would wreak destruction, dispatching a vast host comprised of both Imperial soldiers and tempered dragons, with Lunar Bahamut at its head. Yet even against these heretofore unimagined foes, the Amalja stands strong, with Estinian, the recently freed Tiamat, and the Eosian alliance at their side, and eager to turn the tide. There we go. 490 average item level. If you didn't know, locked behind this storyline. Let's have a... We go. I was going to say it should be instant because there's 4 of us. There we go. Sure, please. Just so I can have a look around. Because normally you rush through. I'm not saying you rush through. I'm just saying in general people do. Oh, this music. Oh, I can get behind this. Everyone looks badass, and there's me in my pink outfit. I'm kind of like the glamour queen that's just arrived and she's going to chip a nail. Ooh.
Ascian vermin, you shall torment my children no longer.
Didn't expect that. Ding, ding, ding. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is... So if you're wondering where this is, then we've actually got... if you were to flip this map around, you'd actually have access to where the Beast Tribe is, right? Over there. So this is actually right next to the Segoli Desert. Never been here before, but I've always wanted to go down here. It's always that path that you can just about see in the distance. Right, proceed, Mr. Mega. I shall have you on focus target. Let's see what happens, shall we? Oh, this music though. Is that bagpipes? Glory to Garlemald for the Empire, these NPCs are saying. I do apologise if you don't like Holy, you're going to see a lot of it. It's very bright. We win or we die. Interesting. Curious. Yeah, you can tell it's a story mode dungeon. Nothing's actually doing any damage, is it? Alright, so... Well, interesting. So these are how they live, don't they? On those, like, metal buildings on the side of cliff edges. Interesting. Isiglesias, sorry, says, hello, I'm newish to Endgame. So sorry if this question is silly, but is the latest Eden raid that came out the last Eden raid? Yes. Yes, it has. Yeah, the Eden raid has concluded. The storyline has finished. So yes, that is the last part of that for this expansion. Yes. And in the next expansion, in sometime in the fall, whatever that would be, so October, November, or something like that, we will see Endwalker release, and that will have a completely new 8-player storyline raid called Pandemonium, if I remember correctly. Or The Pandemonium, I think it's called. Something like that. Hopefully that answers your question. But welcome to the stream. Got any other questions, feel free. Oh, look, that's one of those little housey carriagey things exploded. You're more than welcome. Oh, look at this. It's not much to look at, but there's a little bit. Oh, look at that. A Tello dragon. You there, fetch me the Tello dragon. I must send word. It's like a telegram, but you send a dragon. Much more likely to be on time. Faster than Scale Fast. Maybe that's where they got the idea for Scale Fast, actually. Because of dragons. You know? People don't know, Scale Fast is a delivery method in the United Kingdom for, or it was, majoritively, for Final Fantasy XIV merch from a Square Enix store. Never thought about that. Maybe that's where it is. Totally nothing to do with weighing things on a scale, of course. No. Dragon. Tao97, thank you so much for your failure. Oh, look. It's the greenest bush in the instance so far. Oh, it's a televoyeur. One of those totally not a pterodactyl creatures. Very cool. This music's fantastic. Props to Masayoshi Soken for this wonderful composition once again. Always blows me away with what that guy puts out. He's an absolute genius. And nothing does any damage, does it? That's fair enough. It's fairly uninspiring so far in terms of layout, so feel free to pull more than one pack, I suppose, for a little bit. Unless it opens up into something more. Thank you, Overdweller. Let me show you the way. Oh, wow. Homemade cannons. Look at that. That's badass. I've not seen one of them before. Oh, there we go. Look at that. This is what I've been waiting for. Oh, wow. How beautiful. Also, people tell me this is a model from Final Fantasy X, but I can't remember it. This is Atom Huluk. Yeah, all good. Ready when you are. I don't want to know anything about the bosses. I just want to have time occasionally to look at things, but that's all you need to see, really, isn't it? The tower. So critical rip then. Presumably that's your tank buster. Yeah. Okay, let's just focus target the boss. There's nothing really happening to you, is there? So used to over-preparing. Okay, looks like we spread those out. Lightning rods. Oh, we're taking it to a thing, are we? Oh, one that isn't lit. That's fine, I'll just take all my health. It's fine. Also, try not to tell me, then. No, it's hard for you to resist, but... I thought it was just a spread out thing. Never mind. Ooh, that's a big one. Okay, Kernel Attack. So it's like a Coil then. It has sort of like Coil mechanics. Interesting. Similar to, what do you call it? Not Temple of the Fist. What's the other one? I don't know. It's quite similar, actually. So this will be an AoE. Right, cool. It's only most of your health, Kyle. It's fine. It's fine. Quite amazing how much damage that did, though, through a shield. But there we go. Kind of like that clinging lightning though, that's kind of cool. I think it crit you before because it's doing less damage now. It's not surprising. Boom, 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 boom. Critical rep again, okay. I like these new position markers as well. I noticed them on minions earlier as well. They put them on every single thing that can remotely have them. They went crazy with them. So everything now has position facing markers. It's kind of hilarious. Just put one of those on lolsies. Cool. Sorry about getting you killed there, Kyle. Didn't mean to do that. I was focusing on other bits. Static Frey, thank you so much for your follow there. The best glamour ever dropped, of course, bracelets. Yeah, so this stuff is 5.05, so it's not that good, is it? Boots, what do those look like? They look alright. Fair enough. Cool. Look at this. Oh man. Look how beautiful that is. Of course, you can go in Explorer mode and actually look at this stuff as well, so if I really wanted to spend extra time, I could just come in here. But that's the sort of shield I expect, Reese, for you to be able to wield one day.
The Amalja are in trouble. Let's split up.
That's so cool. Very well, I shall fly to their aid. Incredible. What's going on here? This is crazy. This stuff's so cool. Like Magitech stuff now, and then we're the same. Feel free to pull these 2 packs back to back if you want to. I don't think there's really going to be a problem there. They're so close together. Should be able to stun some of these. Yeah, they're stunnable. Okay, never mind then. Easy peasy. Just pop one of those. Gotta get a misery off. I do like my miseries. Misery's company. Ooh, what's going on over there? I didn't even see the dragons flying overhead. That's so cool. Ah. They're like little baby lunar dragons, look. Interesting. I thought they were just regular dragons, but they're kind of the same sort of tattered thingy and tails, like Bahamut. Kind of cool. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Ah. Look at the stuff in the distance here. All these different encampments. Look, it's like a proper battle entrenchment.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh. Magitech unit failed, and then Malja runs away. Okay. Interesting. Oh, wow. Hello, Tiamat. How you doing, my lady? My queen. Oh, my goodness. She does a lot of damage. I'm very glad that we could get her on our side. That's all I'm going to say. Because she would be an incredibly hard boss. Oh, I didn't see that. It was like a flame breath. Okay. My poor child, I shall free thee from thy pain. Oh yeah, she's not going to be happy about this, is she? Sheet of ice? What's this? So what's she going to cast then? I can't target her. Oh, no, I can. Nothing? Oh, she's just nomming, okay. I thought she would have some kind of... Oh no, engulfing flames. Oh, that's nice. Quite a lot of damage for a fairly weak dragon, you know. She's been enslaved all of these years. What's this? A necklace, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, so this is from one of those pictures we saw of the actual instance. On the special site, if I remember correctly, with like the weird reactor thing happening with like a barrier. Not really sure what's going on with it, but there we go. So this is a boss fight. Looks like we go left. This is exactly the same as the recent water mechanic in that particular dungeon that I can't remember the name of. Matoya's cave, basically. Whatever. Okay, so far, so very straightforward. Okay. I presume that would kill you if you stood it in it. Not that I'm sure anyone has tried. So we've got a knockback as well. Fair enough. Oh, I see there's lasers going across the screen as well. Oh! I popped my wings in case there was going to be another AoE, but maybe not. Oh, if I do that, I can do some real damage to this core. There you go. That's better. It's painful, but not necessarily insta-death. That's unfortunate. Oh, I see. Right, okay, cool. I'm sure there will be a way of cheesing that in only one cycle. Unless it's percentage based. Oh, these Colossus are really annoying. Ooh, missiles. Are we doing Guardian now? Is that what we're doing? Do I need to go back to Omega? Oh, I do! Holy shit, they actually one-shot. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I was like, oh, let's see how much damage they do. They one-shot. Holy moly. You're gonna have to heal yourself now. Oops. Oopsie. Sorry about that. It was for science. Pure science. Make sure you go to the middle. Don't stand there. Don't stand there. Okay, careful. What have I learned? Missiles. Bad. Very bad. Very bad. Oh, I see, it's friendly lasers. Okay. Ah, you should have that easy. Sorry. I feel like such a nooblet. That's because I am, but there we go. Thank goodness that gunbreakers have a healing rotation, eh? And dancers, I think, right? Okay, I'll run. Sorry about that. Missiles. Bad. I didn't think they'd do that much damage. Everyone was saying, oh, this dungeon doesn't do any damage. Standing and stuff really doesn't do anything. Oh, okay. Clearly does. Clearly does. It was an insta-death. I'm running out of inventory space. Let's get rid of some maple lumber. There we go, that's better. This place is cool, though. Easy boss. If I hadn't have stood in a rocket. Oh, wow, look at that. That's a picture and a half, isn't it, that? Oh, my goodness. Whoa. Oh, wow. That's so cool. It's like fields of amber. Sorry, I'll come back and do damage now. I was like, whoa, whoa. I'll gawk in a minute. I'm bad at dungeons. The first week of a dungeon, I'm like, oh. This is what I was like in Heroes Gauntlet. I was like, oh, for ages. My reactions were pretty priceless to that place. I was in love with it. This might be a good option for one of new favorite dungeons, in terms of visuals at least. They keep knocking it out the park, don't they, with this expansion? And this is oh, I will call unto my children. Okay. Dragon, I'm picking you. You're my dragon. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yes. Take screenshots. Wow. Okay, they've blown this one out of the park. This is fantastic. Square Enix. Holy shit, dude. It's so good. So good. I'm accidentally filling my inventory full up again. Go away, craftsman's materia. No one loves you. Over there, we've got missiles being launched in the air against the Amalja. We bow to no one. So much weird stuff going on here. If you had shown me this, like, particular instance, like, I don't know, 3 years ago, I would have gone, what's even happening here? We've got Tiamat and fighting dragons and robots versus robots and dragons and men. I would have questioned your sanity. Oh, wow. Lunar Bahamut. I didn't even see him. How you doing, Luna? What are you laughing at? No, I didn't notice him. I was trying to take in all of what's happening right now. It's a cluster. I'm starting to think that some of these shieldy guys are going to suddenly like spout shields like they do in... what do you call it? What's the dungeon? The hard mode. That you have to farm for Blue Mage spell, Diamondback. I get PTSD for that, honestly. What a beautiful instance. Unbelievable. An earring of slaying. I'll pass on that because I have no idea what to do with that. Oh. There he is. There's the boy. Terotherium Lunar Bahamut. My goodness. Are we actually going to fight him? No way. I thought it would be like a... I don't know. A bigger deal than this? Oh! Stab him. That was a pretty good shot. Get him! Oh no, that's Mega Flare. Oh! Don't be killing Tiamat off. No. Oh. Oh no. Oh, he angry. He very angry. So if a missile is a one shot, then I'm pretty sure whatever this... Oh my goodness. That... Hold on. Don't pull for a second. That is the most fantastic image ever. They should have used this as a promotional image. Just, it looks like a samurai showdown. You've got the setting sun, the impending doom in the background with the laser into the sky with this weird alien tower. These, you know, tents and stuff, and just debris everywhere. A sea of corn or whatever that field is made of that's amber thick. And then we have these, like, lunar creatures flying over. Oh my god. And then you've got all of the lens flare effects. I will never forget this vision for as long as we've played a game. I'm sorry. You're getting fired at me. Lying dead on the floor. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep you. You're dying at Bahamut. He gets bigger the closer I seem to get. I suppose that's how physics works, really. But come on then. Shut up, you in the background. Mocking me. She's mocking me, chat. She's proper mocking me. Big AoE, got it. Alright. Weird things that are going to drop on the floor. Oh, spiky guys. Are we playing Ifrit now? Nope. They're going to explode. Gotcha. Alright. Perugian breath, huh? Whoa. So the last time we saw Lunar Bahamut, we had no chance in the slightest. So what's changed? I'm confused. Or is it we just didn't try? So this is obviously Iraq Morn. If you move away from it, you're a sausage. Seen that before. I know that's going to trip people up in party fight. Oh dear. Do a bit of healing that way and then we can get our misery. Oh wait, don't we have to stand in those? No? Okay, maybe not. Twisted Scream. Ooh, I see. Oh, is it going to do dive bombs? No? Nothing? No? Oh shit. He did actually do a dive. It's Twintania! No! I thought we were done with Twintania after all these millennium years. Wow, that's a cool effect. That's really cool. Oh, it doesn't act Morn if you don't move from it. Very cool. Or like an Act-Cry, but like position-based. Lunar Flare, eh? So that'll be a big old AoE. Oh, Jesus. Is this the safe zone? No, that's not the safe zone, Meoni. That's a hole. Cool. They should have done this as a trial and done like an extreme version. I would have loved to see this as a trial. Giga Flare. Okay. Okay, that does exactly what I expected it to do. Fair enough. Fair enough. Akmorns again. Alright. Just gonna put one of them up. Can a Savage Rage such as Eden be done without a static, or is a static needed? You can do it in Party Finder if you're lucky. Or with finding like-minded people, but this late into the expansion, you're going to find it difficult. There's not as many groups. That's not to say there isn't any, but there's not as many groups that are going to recruit, which I hope you realize. You'll be hard-pressed. Most people are winding down now, waiting for the expansion, including myself and our group. Oh, I see these shrink to leave a safe zone. Nice. Yeah, very cool. You know they're going to be reusing all of these mechanics like 50 times in the expansion. Can't wait. I'm going to place mine over here, I think. I'll do, right? Oh god. Oh. Ah. So it's called a Canrai. Flatten. Oh, that's your tank buster. Okay. Cool. Very good. I'm so preoccupied I've let deer fall off. Bad white mage. Bad. And that was it. Okay. A lot easier than I expected. Just don't talk to me about missiles. Is he really dead? No way, man. He must be just an apparition. There must be more of him. No idea, Makana. You hope he isn't dead, because that would be a big letdown if so. I agree. I would be very distraught if that's all we see of that boss. Okay, so surprisingly quick. That's quite a quick dungeon to cap. Apart from my one mistake, that's very straightforward. The bosses, I mean, first boss is interesting with a lightning. Second boss is kind of, well, it's okay. It's just basically robots. And then this boss is fantastic. But it leaves me wanting a trial of Lunar Bahamut. It deserved a trial, in my opinion. Maybe not everyone agrees with that, but you know about Cruise Chaser Mount. Yeah, it's not in the game. It has not been announced either. But thank you for the run. More storyline, presumably. What's your opinion of the gear of this dungeon? I think it's Katana Revel, only with better quality options, less pixelation. Looks better, but it's basically Katana Revel or your tribal equivalent. Right, let's see.
Children of man, the shade of my beloved is no more, and I shall be forever in your debt. By your deeds we are set free, and free we shall remain, as long as I draw breath. Never again shall the dragons of Mericidia hearken to the lies of the Asians. This I vow.
Goodbye, Tiamat. I hope we see you again in the future. Perhaps we go to your world in the future.
Noble warriors, the dragons chose their friends well.
Oh, is this one of the dudes from Amalja? Yes, it is.
Long have our peoples waged war, but no more. Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their sacrifice.
We would be proud to call you our allies. We would. Yes, yes.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. And you have proven yourselves worthy of our trust. It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury.
That's right.
I shall see that my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause, till we meet again.
Interesting.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
Hey, Gratier, you might mock that. That's a fantastic leap forward. Imagine if we were allied with all of the beast tribes as well. Our army would be enormous.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
Let's do exactly that. Yeah, what about the tower? Aren't we gonna go and say hello to the tower? Isn't that why we're here? Some time earlier, inside the Pagelthon Tower. Ooh. Hype, hype, hype. Arnveld. No, he looks sad. What's that fleshy thing? Oh, God. What is going on here? Oh my God.
What in Ralga's name happened here?
This looks like they were practicing again.
The gods only know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
Yeah, this is big alien vibes. I completely agree.
No. What have I done?
It's too late for them. We're leaving, now.
Are these behemoths? What on earth is this? What? Oh yeah, they're Amalja, but they look like... Oh shit. Lunar Ifrit.
No. No! Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together.
Oh. No. 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 You are not ending it there. No. You are not ending it there with Fordola. Oh, for goodness sake. While it would be too much to hope that we have seen the last of Fandaniel, we have dealt his schemes a telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. And celebrate I will when we have received word of Arenveld's safe return. I just saw the cutscene, dude. If you'd seen what I'd seen. You may now enter Pagelthorn with a party of avatars and a trust system, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. When the dust settles, Alphino is minded to share his account with the events that unfolded in Pagelthorn with the Sultana. Okay. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's events with Pippin and her grace. Brave scions! Would that I could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the Thronistery, whatever that is. I made it up, huh?
Your Grace.
Oh, Your Grace, whatever is the matter? As our troops withdrew from Pagelthorn, they came upon 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear a full account, but it seems that one of them, your friend, I believe, has been wounded and was being dragged away by the other. Oh no. I must go. Forgive me, Your Grace. Well, let's all go. We need to all see this. Can you tell us aught of Arenveld's condition, Your Grace? The wounded scout? How did you know it was Arenveld? Excuse me? How? How did you know it was Arenveld that would be the weak one and get hit and not Fordola? Did I miss some dialogue somewhere? Excuse me? Thancred, have you got like... How? How did you guess? Naught save that it is grave. The Chirurgians tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Meoni, Estinian, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me. Okie dokie, will do. Nod.
Very well.
Thank you. The rest of us will see that the relevant people know what took place in Pagelthorn. The unwritten nod. That's what that should be called. Come on then, Estinian. Let's go and say hello to the princely boy.
Come on then.
My thoughts exactly, my sir. Sir Estinian, you are most right. Right. Oh, it's not that far, actually. Okay, that's good. That's good. Don't need to go to the Chamber of Rule for this, I think. I think it's hosting strip, I think. I chose poorly. Oh no. I was partially right. There is a first time for everything. I'm quite curious about that storyline though. You'd think that they'd make the lunar primals as trials? I would, if it was me, but, you know. I'm really looking forward to seeing what other trials they have up their sleeve then, if it's not going to be the lunar ones. You know what I mean? Because you'd think you'd work your way through harder versions or like twisted versions of those bosses, you know, just as an easy thing to put into the game, but maybe that's why they're not doing it. Maybe it is just too predictable.
Another one come to see the lad in silver armor. Master Delamert is attending to him as we speak, if you'd be so kind as to wait.
What did Master Delamert say? Tell me his exact words. Enough, Alphino, this isn't helping, you idiot. Always wanted to tell him that. You're right. Forgive me. When we say our farewells to Arenveld, I was afraid that something like this might happen. But now that it has, all we can do is wait. They'll be fine. They're resonant. Aren't they? Isn't that the idea?
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
It's a shame.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light.
I don't know about bloody light, thank you.
People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most.
True.
If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
Hey, Primal.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
You can really see the transformation of Alphino into a sage here, can't you? Interesting.
All life is precious! Oh, you need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better, and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot will be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then?
It's a good point.
They'll be gone. like dust on the wind.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
That's a quote and a half, isn't it? Spoilers, lol. Title of the stream mentions spoilers. I mentioned it maybe 7 times at the start of the stream. I mentioned it in the tweet. I mentioned it most places. I mentioned it in Discord. The title of the stream is, as you can see, main storyline 5.5 spoilers. So, yes, obviously. I know. There is nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Her Grace invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the Fragrant Chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the 3 of you be joining them? We will. You say you must have missed all of those hints. Well, there's a life lesson for you. Never tune into a stream that literally says spoilers in caps on it. Unless you're expecting spoilers.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word.
Oh, I thought it was chirurgeons. Okay, chirurgeon.
Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fandaniel would doubtless have it.
Hey, I was right.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within.
Oh, that's what the towers were for. That doesn't make sense. I don't buy it.
Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital.
Oh?
Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
Yeah, that's not going to end well. Yeah, is that wise, Your Grace? Are you insane?
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now.
Yeah, that's not going to end well, is it?
After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause.
Hey, Midna. Thank you so much. Hope you're well. Yeah, we're in the thick of it right now. You definitely don't want to be looking at the screen too much. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for your tweets, your confidence in the streams and stuff. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hope you're planning some big streams and events for 5.5. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do.
Reese, can you, or somebody, can you, one of the mods, do a shout out for Midna, please? Midna Moons. Fantastic Final Fantasy XIV streamer. Recently done, as far as I can remember, some voice acted streams as well. It was quite fun to watch. So, yes, check her out.
Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism
Hey,
performed
Squishy.
at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
How are we doing, Squishy? We're in the middle of the storyline right now, after the dungeon, so hopefully people who join that you haven't brought with you aren't too afraid of seeing some 5.5. But yeah, no problem, Midna. Thank you so much in return.
May
Good old
these
Squishy.
words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Whilst we're at it, do a shout out for Squishy, would you, Reese? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
That's pretty good, though. It means that we've got a new, well, a beast tribe in terms of an ally now. Going all out, aren't we? Against the Garleans at this point. Won't be long before we have the Sahagin, my fishy boys, by our side. Fingers crossed. Can you imagine a Namazu leading the charge? Oh my god. I would pay to see that. 6.0 Namazu versus Luna versions of the big one. Squish, 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 squish. Right then, unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. Oh god, no. Yes, let's all stare at the carpet. It is very weird textured, I know. And that includes you, Alphino. Horaveld is in good hands here. Of course, he would doubtless mock me for pacing around the infirmary. Let us retire then, that we might regain our strength in readiness for the coming challenges. If all are in agreement then, I shall let Kryl know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with the time available. Yes, let's all get into a bath. That's your idea, isn't it, Thancred? I'm sure some people would love that. Oh dear. It'll be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Foreshadowing for Sage, by any chance? Yes, I'll try asking him, and thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Kryl, in particular, has a few matters she is keen to discuss, one of which concerns you, Estinian. Believe it or not, you will join us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you said you were avoiding the Baldessian woman. If I refused, she would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we? Good old Estinian. Can't go wrong, can we? Right, Rising Stones, where it is, when the dust settles. I have a feeling that this is coming towards the end of the storyline now, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Right. It's been good fun, though. I enjoyed the dungeon. And the lead up to it, albeit a little bit slow, was quite fun. Let's see what we have inside here, then. Ah, Kryl.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time. Thanks to Arenvold's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telofroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
Oh, that's ambitious.
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus.
True.
Were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that.
You'd be surprised, Kryl.
I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
Wow.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
Most likely.
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't even remember. Because the last time it wasn't Hydaelyn, was it? It was actually Elidibus. It was probably at the end of the Dragon Song War, yeah. Something like that.
When you regained her blessing, was it not? But never since. Not in all your time in the First, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
Ooh, they're onto something again.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light.
Is this where we allude to the fact that she is in fact the Elder Primal and we have to beat her as well?
To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
That's the age-old question of if there is a god, why doesn't it prevent horrible disease and death? That's that prospect, isn't it? That's the subject they're referring to here. Interesting.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in her judgment.
Doubt it.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Krile, I made inquiries of my own, and as far as I'm able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
And that's because she was summoned like Zodiark at the start.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reem. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
True.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular.
True.
Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now of all times. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
Oh.
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault.
Ouch.
But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing.
True.
I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly. as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Wow. He'd be joining. Sign him up. Get him an outfit made. Tataru. Tataru's going to be taking your measurements in 5 seconds. You're going to be wearing a pink lily outfit, complete with a hat.
Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
Swimsuit. Little Blossom. How dare you? Let's see those abs. Oof. Oh, Graha's face. What was that grin? Oh
And
dear.
now I may bid you farewell, safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be, in this little corner of the world at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Charlian, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
And that was the last we ever saw of Kryl Baldessian. Hey! No. She's a good character. She's a good character. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Oh, here we go. Give us some Xenos love. Oh boy. There's all of his weapons. Try and name them all. Suzaku, the Lunar ones. Ifrit. There he is. It's a nice sword.
Well, does this one meet with your approval?
Yeah, that's literally our inventory. It's like he's been through my bank for glamour stuff.
Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance.
Interesting.
Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
Control what exactly? Lunatic Pandora? That's my first guess. That's what I'm thinking will happen with Pandemonium. I think it will be Final Fantasy VIII references. Look at these weapons, by the way, just as we're on this pause here. We've got this mace to the left here. We've got Knights of the Round Swords there. We've got... Wow, look at all these. Amazing.
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
He's been doing plenty of Delibram. Now, some of these weapons are from Extremes.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use.
Ooh, that's a nice sword. Look at that one in the middle. That's nice. That axe, rather.
Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
Interesting. Oh, there's the Sayu spine look. Oh, so good. Speaking of abs, did you happen to see my question from Discord? No, I didn't. Oh, is it going to be a scythe? Come on, scythe.
Well, not quite what I was expecting, though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
What is it? What is it? The camera panned around like 4 times. I must have missed something in the background. People are going to be slowing down this footage and trying to find one. So there's an axe there, which is Suzaku's axe in the foreground. There we've got Byaku's sword. We've got the crystal stuff from Shadowbringers. We've got the Faust lance over there as well. We've got Ruby axe. We've got, my goodness, Emerald sword there. We've got the Ifrit stuff. We've got the Titan stuff. My goodness, there's a lot of stuff there. Oh, the Seeing Horde, Dark Knight sword. There, that is hardcore teasing. So behind that, something behind there. It's going to be a scythe, isn't it? Oh! You kind of saw the tip of it. That sounded like a sword, though. Yeah, don't know. What will it be? What will it be? You know, someone's gonna like data mine that cutscene and then like delete that wall to see if there's a texture there. I'm surprised actually that no one's like seen if there was any assets that were used in that cutscene, listed them all, and then extrapolated it. I'm sure that'll happen. They only bring it upon themselves. I know they hate data mining, but it's probably gonna happen if you think about it. There's probably nothing there behind the wall. Probably, yeah. Probably. Tatara says, well, looks like I'm going to have a busy few moons. Not that they ever seem to be anything but. Thancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm, which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, than you lot, more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future. But for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in, and gladly, mind you, it's the least I can do to support the scions who risk life and limb, like poor Arenvald. I wish there was something we could do for him, but we'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to complete shambles now, would it? Well, Alphino's not in charge for one, so that's not going to happen. But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go to get some rest. If there are any developments, I'll promise you'll be the first to know. And there we go. Patch 5.5 completed. Or at least the MSQ. So, what did we think to the storyline? Let's have a bit of a summary to that. First of all, I would say that the dungeon itself was very strong. I thought that was quite fun. I enjoyed that. It probably wasn't as impactful as an end to the boss that I expected. I think Luna Bahamut should have been stretched on a little bit longer, maybe given its own trial fight. If that is the last we ever see of Luna Bahamut, then that's quite surprising, in my opinion. But it would act as a good catalyst, I suppose. And as Xenos seems to be looking for Meracidian dragons or something. I'm not sure what that infers. There must be a necessary chain of things for this event to happen in their favor, but I'm sure we'll find out closer to 6.0. In terms of the characters, I think that the unveiling of Tiamat was great, although it did take longer than expected at the start. That sort of slow burn. So that release of the actual content of seeing Tiamat being released was fantastic. The music was brilliant. The composition. I would say that this is probably a little bit weaker in terms of a patch, in terms of storyline than perhaps the one with Elidibus, right? But it was such. I mean, the Elidibus one was really like the end of a character, wasn't it? It was like a really big storyline. So the previous patch was obviously much bigger in terms of concept. This is more of like part one of a push towards that storyline. So remember, this is part one of 2 parts. The next part will be 5.55, which is supposed to release sometime in late May, which presumably will have something regarding to the pre-expansion stuff. Either that, or we'll be waiting until 5.58 before we see anything regarding the storyline sort of being pushed that direction. It is a bit of a cliffhanger, in my opinion, but they certainly know how to make them, don't they? But that's my opinions on that. I thought it was well-rounded, a little bit short in places. I would have liked to have seen more development for the big bad, but the dungeon itself was fantastically crafted. I enjoyed that, and it did surprise me quite heavily. I'm looking forward to anything that we get into the future, and of course Endwalker. Although Endwalker will be, 6 months away, something like that, or more. The prospect of that is quite worrying internally, but I'm sure we'll get there in time. We've got plenty of other things to keep ourselves busy with. So yeah, that's what I think of the storyline. Hopefully you enjoyed that playthrough of that storyline. I certainly did. So in terms of what we'll do next then, since the night is still young, we usually go till about 11, I was thinking of maybe doing the Near Raid or maybe something else. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I will do. I could do the trial, I suppose. I don't know. The trial storyline is probably going to be quite big, though, isn't it? Zedmada, thank you so much for your follow, and you say thank you for the reliably informative videos. You're a pillar of the community. Thank you very much. Well, the pillars of the community are only there because of the people supporting them and giving them a foundation to work on. So really it's the entire Final Fantasy XIV community that makes anything possible, be it streams or videos or whatever. With your embrace of content creation. So I do appreciate that. Thank you for viewing my content, and hopefully it's all been fairly consistent. I've certainly been enjoying doing it, and especially today. Patch days are like Christmas Day to me. I was going to stream earlier in the day, but I just had too much to cover. But at least we did the MSQ today. I really enjoyed that dungeon. Welcome back, Maxwell. So what should we do? I'm thinking maybe the Alliance raid.